How did Kamala Harris raise $1 billion for her campaign and still lose? We need to actually go back a little bit and look at the history of what campaign money looked like in previous presidential elections. There was a time when corporations and labor unions were prohibited from making direct contributions to campaigns. In 2010, the Supreme Court overturned its precedent in Citizens United versus the FEC and struck down any limitations on campaign spending from outside political action committees, or a PAC, as long as it was done independently. The Supreme Court still acknowledged that coordinating with a campaign could look like corruption. Those were the days. This ruling didn't have the impact that the conservative justices probably hoped it would, because without coordination, super PACs spending millions of dollars just didn't really have an impact. I wasn't that concerned about outside PAC spending in this election cycle. However, something I didn't count on is that in 2024, the FEC would decide that coordination between campaigns and super PACs was now permissible. So now we have all this money that can be spent without the reporting requirements of a typical election campaign. Conservative PACs put that money to good use. Trump outsourced his canvassing operation to Elon Musk's America PAC. All told, Musk spent about $130 million supporting Donald Trump in his campaign. I think this will be a trend going forward for billionaire donors. They'd rather control the money than give it to a campaign. It's not just the national elections, though. Billionaires like Jeffrey Yass have been a thorn in the side of progressives in the state of Pennsylvania. He uses his money to promote extremist causes. All told, Trump's campaign with the outside super PACs had more money than Kamala Harris did for her campaign. When we account for the outside money spent on Kamala's behalf, she did have more money, but we also have to recognize that a lot of the influence peddled by the X platform was completely free and donated by Elon Musk. So what happens from here? We are entering an age of unprecedented government corruption. Even before Trump steps in the White House, the Supreme Court has been steadily dismantling any kind of oversight of official acts by government officials. In this new election landscape, my $5 contribution is not going to make a splash when we're talking about billions of dollars now for presidential elections. This system ensures that Americans will only ever have a choice between right-wing extremism and less extreme conservatism, because all parties will have to bow down to the power of corporations and their massive campaign spending. Even if Democrats sweep the next election, we would still be living in the world designed by and for billionaires to protect their interests.